This is Justin AMZN on Thursday, June 27th, 2019. Take a look at Wednesday and Thursday. There's something I noticed just going back through the candles that I'm going to be looking for tomorrow. And so that is the open low got taken out as a retest. Today was a bullish retest gap from yesterday. Yesterday was a bullish gap, but it was inside from the previous day's close. But the open candle, it happened to be the open candle both days. If you had just watched the open for 5 minutes or waited till that 5-minute candle closed, and then at some point in the next hour or something, I mean, these both happened around the same time, 10:50 yesterday and 10:35 today. The low got taken out by this candle and then bounced. It didn't have to. Took out the low on this candle, then bounced, but again, it didn't have to. But if we have another, another gap up, and we're looking at another bullish retest gap for Friday, I'm going to look for that open low to pull back as a retest and be taken out, and watch that candle and a couple after it to see is this going to give me an opportunity to get in. So when it did it yesterday, here, taken out here, it moved up immediately. Too hard to take that. I mean, you could have just been buying that low. There's no reason it had to stop here. And there were some other cases like the previous day where either it's running stops, going bearish, pulling back, but I mean, the open candle got taken out immediately. And then you actually put in a nice morning star reversal here, retest it, and then come in here, and with this candle, you actually take out that low. So I like that I took it out like 2 hours later, but in the same candle, it bounced again. And so this could have been a nice consolidation, get in bullish, and you're stopped out because it just didn't work there. So it doesn't have to work. It may not work tomorrow. I may not catch tomorrow. I may forget to set my low limit or my low alert, but I will try to do it in the first 5 minutes and just track how that works out, or see if there's a setup coming in. What could have happened today, and similar to yesterday, but yesterday with this move so quickly, you could have done it again, set the low here, and then wait till it took it out. And then you get this high wave candle, similar to today's. We ended up doing an inside candle after that, slightly bearish, and then took out the low. And this is kind of a weird hammer type candle. But this one, we stayed relative highs, slightly higher high, and much higher low, and then started to bounce. After we put in this strange hammer, we consolidate with a stair step for 20 minutes. Plenty of time to set up a trade, getting bullish above this and bearish, or a stop below it. Either getting triggered in here or getting triggered in a pullback, about 40 minutes later, that then ended up running. And today, similarly, consolidated here, could have just been getting in on this breakout retest like this, getting in on one of these candles slightly above here, stop down here, or possibly a stop a little tighter, and that ran. It's not always going to work bullish. It's just something I noticed between these 2 days. Please don't go run out and do it. It's just the candles are the kind that suggested, hey, it should bounce here. You're also coming to a pre-market low here. This was just a really cool way to see this play out. So imagine you're right here, and you had a quick move. You could have been buying the open, and a quick move up. That here you've got. Let's start here. You got 6 bullish candles in a row. We're consolidating a little bit. Probably going to have a little bit of pullback. There's some selling going on up here. It's not crazy bullish climbing here. It's really hesitant. Another inside candle. Okay, there you go. Breaking down, inside candle, lower low. Okay, we're pulling back a little bit. I like that bullish engulfing. I don't like that bearish engulfing. Okay, you got a high wave candle here. There's not really any real value here to see that it's interacting with. Just kind of grinding lower. All right, let's see what happens next. Ooh, inside candle. This kind of reminds me of this up near resistance, and this one, what if that's a support? Okay, you can see that. Bullish engulfing, and breaks out of this one. Could have been in here, going bullish. But like I said, we're talking about this taking out a low, and we know it did. So what happened here? High wave, continued up, grinding. Okay, really large high wave. This kind of candle that's like, okay, if this breaks down, I'm out. If it breaks bullish, I could keep going for a while. I mean, my target's way somewhere, if I'm in. But if I'm looking for an entry, let's wait for this to pull back a little bit more. See if we can get to this low. And we got squeeze forming. There you go. Breaking down. Really high wave candle. It's positive candle, closes higher than the open. It takes out this low slightly, and we're really right in the same range of yesterday's closing candle here. So the high was up here and the low is down here, and it looks very similar in the range. It's also right, straddling right at 1900. So a lot of reasons here to be like, okay, that's a really good candle at a good location. What can happen? So that candle forms. It's like, all right, let me set this up for a bullish trade. The entire next 5-minute candle is forming the whole time you do that. You're not missing out. You're just getting it ready. Could take you the whole 5 minutes. And sorry, it scrolled. Didn't do that. Okay, right here. We are looking like we're bouncing off of pre-market. We've got a slightly lower low from the open candle. We've retested into the range of the previous day. This is totally a retest. I've still got the bullish mindset, so I'm not really considering this double top here, although that could be the first resistance. Is somewhere right up here around 1904 we get into. Next candle, it looks like it pulls back and then runs up. And either way, had you gotten something set up to get in bullish here and stop down here, a little bit wide, but it could work. A little bit of a small candle. Okay, now this looks like a tweezer bottom by 4 cents. It's 4 cents more than a tweezer bottom. All right, so that looks good for a tweezer. I like that. I think that was, this candle was the pullback. Just this little bit would have had been enough to get in bullish here and stop down here. And that would have worked for a little while, actually a long while, because it just kept running back up. Ran back up to the high of the day. So that's a good place for target. You're in down here with these two candles. I'll show you what that looks like in the options. And let's see. Doing a little bit of double top here. This is kind of grinding. It should break bullish. And if it doesn't, get out, or you should have been taking profits over here. A little more sideways. Okay, looks like it's starting to bounce. That's good. Okay, we're right back into this resistance. We got to get above that. This is kind of just going through how we would manage, or how you could manage a setup. All right, now this candle made a lower low from this pivot and got bought back up. So there's some buyers here. So if the market makers want to take them out, then they got to move it lower. Or if there weren't many buyers and it's market makers getting in here or something, then it should continue up. Let's see what happens. Sideways. And then there we go. Now we're starting to go down again. So lower low. And this is just a crazy sideways consolidation. And the big move was this one here, and it looks even better like this. But here we are almost at the end of the day. Okay, a little bit of sell-off. You actually see this nice support here. It becomes nice resistance here. So there's some opportunities there as well. This looks kind of like a triangle, lower highs. It almost looks like this is a bigger shoulder or something of a head and shoulders, but I don't think it works like that. But anyway, a lot of little triangles, consolidating, breaking out, collapsing, stuff like that. But let's bring our focus back into this candle. This is right at 1035. So on the calls, this is the 1900 calls. As it opens, it's right about 13, or it pulls back into like 13. This would have been hard to get with this option. 1925 would have been a little bit easier to get something at the open. But you gotta go into that plan or be on a 1, 2, 3 minute chart. What I like about this chart, the daily one here, is you got a really nice high wave candle, and you have a really nice high wave candle here. So those correspond. I like seeing that happen. And then the next 5 minutes, it doesn't trigger here. But what you could have been doing, rather than like risking a little bit more or going something like 1125 or 1150 by 1050, I mean, that should have worked. But at this point, I'd have time, because high wave candle, then I could switch over and be like, okay, let me see if I can get a better range on this and get into this. And so at this point, you could switch to a different option. So right here, I went out, here, let's just go across. I went to this 1905 calls, and this candle was 120. So I went out a little bit further to the 1910 calls. This one, the range on this is 1.1. So a little easier to manage because sideways, sideways, and then, you know, with this kind of thing, I'd have the setup probably be like 650 by 550 and, you know, have these wicks and maybe not that one. And that would have, looks like it would have filled here. You know, 650. Below here, 640. Yeah, that should have filled. Tweezer bottom, and then that just ran. And so it went from 650 to this high at 850. Could have been taking 2R right there, or held on for it to like close this gap or get back up to this apex, and it came right in there about 10. So you could have been taking this, buying here. So not off this candle, not off this candle, not off this one, but on this one, this retest, this bearish candle. This is where it's pulling back. And then it was off to the races. And so let's say you got in on the low 650 and it ran up to 950. Let's say you got there. Oh, I guess it got to 1050. It's a great opportunity if you got that. Had a really straight line move, basically. You know, just one bearish candle pull back here, and then it was just running. That's the options. But really, that's really pretty much what played out here is looking at that option. Let's see. So this would have been 650 by 550, something like that. So let's see if we go out to like 1925, see what happens. These are out of the money, so they shouldn't track as well. Somewhat they will. But this is like buying down here, buying that low, or buying like 225. And that didn't quite get back up to the apex, or here about 425. But it closes this gap. And so probably around like 4 or something, 350. Maybe you got in down here at 2, and then you're out at 150, or at 350 or something. You know, it's possible to have caught that, but you know, we got to look for these candles. So seeing this candle on the 5-minute, that's, you know, a great candle to look forward to, you know, reverse. Or if this candle gets taken out, it's a great opportunity for it to go bearish. Let's see. So look on here, we got back above the downtrend line here. Still made a lower, well, didn't make a lower high, lower high and lower low from yesterday's candle. It actually just made a little bit more of a triangle here. So it's we'll have to figure out, okay, where can we go from here? Could we just do a bullish gap up again? Could we gap down slightly, get bought up? Do we sell off a little bit? Could it look something like this? And I think it could. But this got much more stronger in the bearish direction with a bigger candle. And I thought yesterday, and I'm wrong, that it was going to roll over. Now the possibility is still there for Friday that it could roll over. Doesn't have to. We could just continue to burn. So really wait and see what happens. Look on the 5-minute for candles like this at a key location. See if we can get one that takes up low. See what we can do with it. On the puts, not too much happening. It was really about right in here where we had near this apex that just got sold off. And that was this. So you could have been buying, let's see, probably on this candle, something like that, like 7. And this one maybe 7 by 6. And maybe would have had to go out to like 1875 or something instead of the 1900. But that would have moved nicely. Very quickly, you would have had to take profits, or if you're just trying to stop, you're probably stopped out here, or if you're trying to stop here, get stopped out probably in that candle. So would have been a small gain, but that's what we're looking for, the big gainers and a little risk. And yeah, we'll continue look at that this weekend as well. So I hope this makes sense. This is what I'm going to look for in terms of you know, good location and a good candle to get your reversal. And you know, knowing that it could take, you know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes to really get moving, you know, the direction you want. I mean, it gives you the opportunity to get the options all calculated and figure out which one to go with. And so I just usually like going with, it wasn't this one. It was Oh, I did it again. I think it's 1900. What we said? No, you may have seen it here, seen it on the chart, and then you're looking at this and like, okay, I need to switch and be a little further. I think it was 1910. No, this would have been buying like 650 by 550. Was it one of these? What I did? Oh. No, what I meant to type. We always had a pullback that was right into like $10. Maybe it wasn't 1900. I just didn't look at it. Yeah, I think it was. Oh, it didn't pull. That's right. It didn't pull. Oh, it did pull into 10. Yeah, because the low here is 969. So this would have been a great setup for just having the right value right around 10. That's one of the ones I like to do, like to watch for and see how they play out. But you probably wouldn't have been buying at 10. Probably would have been buying around like 11, and that ended up running through the apex here. So you could have set this up like for 1550 up from, well, this is not one because it's 1900. So anyway, I think you get the idea that this kind of a move, it's still more going to happen, but we're going into a monthly expiration tomorrow. It's a Friday. There could be some folks locking in gains and then reopen positions on Monday. There could be any kind of thing with a quarter ending, or well, with the month ending. I think I'm not sure that it's quarter, but anyway. But this is the kind of thing. Looking for these candles at key locations. The key locations on this are going to be 5, this line, and then if we could break down or break out the next support or the next resistance. So right now those are 1925 above us. It's 1880.05 below, and it's 1863.84 below that. And then we'll see if we're just going to continue to grind or rest some more or what. So see how things open up tomorrow and take it from there. Hope you enjoyed this video. This is just AMZN. Thanks.